Welcome back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. Oh, God. I cannot believe this. Shout out to 2 Raw for Sports. I heard this on his channel. JJ Reddick might be the next Lakers head coach. Oh, we got to talk about this. I can't. I just can't, man. It's the end of the NBA. It's the end of it. Also, TNT might lose their rights to the NBA to NBC, which I could care less. I heard this from Dreamers Pro. Shouts out to him. I mean, this this guy gets everything before everybody else. Him and 2 Raw for Sports. This is what they do, though. They're good at what they do. Let me just say this about TNT losing the NBA to NBC. You know, it should be, I don't know, maybe ESPN that loses it too. A lot of people thought ESPN was going to lose it, but they're not going to lose it. So if TNT loses it to NBC and Peacock, look, this is what I'm going to say about this. This is a different era right now, okay? Charles Barkley, Kenny Smith. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't Kenny Smith? Yes, Kenny Smith came in the 80s, right? Shaq came in the early 90s. This is not the same, not only era, which that really don't bother me that much. It's the fact that this ain't even the same style of basketball that these guys I just mentioned, Chuck, Shaq, and Kenny, played in. Not even Grant Hill. I don't know who you would want to get to put in here, but you need some new, fresh faces, right? That understands this style of play. I don't know what the hell they're playing. It's not basketball of the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. They're playing something totally different than what everybody else played in the past. And this is why you see a lot of these superstars. They're kind of fading out. Your Hardens, your Westbrooks, your KDs, and Paul George. They say never trust a guy with two first names. Oh my God. Anyways, these LeBron, even AD came in the 210s. This is not their style of basketball that they grew up in. They were taught when they were kids, when they were in high school, when they were in college. This game didn't exist. This is really a new game. I would say, yes, they start shooting more threes in the 210s, but it wasn't like this. This is insane. These guys have no real fundamentals. They're dinky. Just go look at the 210 guys and look at these guys today. They are real dinky. It don't even look like they even seen a weight room in their life. You know, especially back in the 90s, right? The off season meant sometimes you went to the weights. I wouldn't say always, but especially preseason, the guys were hitting the weights, okay? Because it was physical. You had a battle to get these shots. You had to earn them and stuff like that. Nobody was just going to let you sit at a 3-point line and shoot the three. Nobody. Nobody was just going to, yeah, guys were hitting threes, but nobody was just going to sit out there and let you bang threes in their face. They would shut it down after maybe you hit 2 in a row. It would be over. These guys were crazy defensively skilled. So I don't want to get too deep into that, but they just need to get some new, younger people. It's not working out with the style of basketball that they play today. I really don't care for Shaq and Charles Barkley together. It just doesn't mix. I don't think it ever has mixed. I thought he was going to come. I thought he was going to go to ESPN, but it really didn't work out. I don't think he wanted to live in Bristol, so I don't think he he took that job. But him and Chuck, they really don't mix. They really don't mix. I mean, Shaq has to be on his own, doing his own thing. His analysis are okay. It's not funny. I don't know. He can be funny, but when he gets to his analysis, they're not really funny like Chuck and stuff like that. And I never liked him on that show because he's funny and Charles Barkley is funny. I don't think Charles Barkley is intelligent. He can't even finish a sentence. He'll be talking about one thing and then he'll go into another thing. He can't even finish the sentence. So he's not too intelligent to me. I mean, they prop him up to be, but he don't. For some reason, he did not act like this when he was a player. When you seen him in interviews, he was totally different. He could finish the sentence. So, like I said, both of them need to be funny. But Charles Barkley, he just overweighs Shaq because Shaq he talks so damn slow and Charles Barkley talks so fast and Charles Barkley says a whole bunch of crazy stuff that Shaq can't even I just seen Shaq before the show before he went to TNT. He was real funny, and I think he ultimately should have did his own thing. Maybe, I don't know what he would have did. I don't even know why he's on there. He's supposed to be worth almost $1 billion. You guys keep telling me these guys make this kind of money. I keep trying to tell you, good luck trying to prove that. It's just all hearsay to me. I'm not going to get into that anymore. So yeah, I'm saying this for these young people that's growing up and watching this different era. There needs to be different faces, younger faces, and stuff like that as far as analysts. Okay. Oh man, I don't even want to talk about this. I don't even want to talk about this JJ Reddick thing, please. Goodness. Okay, let's talk about TNT a little bit more. Let's talk. Oh goodness. So it really does. Like I told Dreamers Pro, who cares? Nobody watches this garbage on a game to game basis. It's all garbage. The NBA is probably going to have its lowest ratings of all time when the playoffs is said and done. It's already at a 6% drop from last year. So, all these superstars are getting eliminated. Nobody's going to watch this garbage. Okay, nobody was already wasn't watching this garbage, but it's going to get worse. So, I don't think TNT is really losing anything. Get out while you can. This ship is sinking, and they still keep promoting a loser to come back. I mean, what else are you trying to prove, dude? At least Brady? At least he was winning championships. He was still winning championships when they was bugging him. Oh, you gotta go be with your family. And the man only played football in a football game once a week, right? Once a week. And you trying to tell me this guy couldn't see his family? But yet LeBron plays, 3 games a week and stuff like that? Come on, give me a break. So I want to say this. The Bucks suck. And the Bucks just got eliminated, if I'm not mistaken. Last time I looked at the score, they was getting blown out. So this is the most disappointing duel of all time. And I'm just saying, because of the hype, all this stuff, they were odds that I think weren't they favorites to win it at the beginning of the season? I don't care about no injuries. It's still disappointing. You got to give the same smoke. It was a disappointing, and this is why nobody watches NBA. The superstars never got hurt back in the day. I'm not going to say that, but more than likely, they didn't get hurt like that. And without these playoff games, these finals, Scottie Pippen could barely walk, and he's out there defending, while Michael Jordan is basically winning this basketball game by himself. Patrick Ewing. Go watch this guy in the 90s. He wore knee pads until he retired. Looked like he had football knee pads on. Looked like he laid carpet for a living. That's how bad his knees were. And then, he had to have those big knee pads so nobody would bump into him and make him worse. He still went out there and balled, killing the mid-range from everywhere on the floor and played his heart out. It was no excuses until he couldn't play no more. Hakeem, Barkley, Michael Jordan. I remember Kevin Johnson was hurt. Grant Hill, even though he didn't reach his full potential, this guy was out there playing hurt. You could just go Larry Bird. Larry Bird is the ultimate warrior. Isaiah Thomas. All these guys played hurt. All the greats played hurt. And I could go back to the 70s. You can go back to the 60s. Wilt played hurt so much, it was sad. And I know they ain't got to do this because they're making outrageous contracts. But this is why nobody watches the NBA. You can't get these outrageous contracts more than these guys in the past, but yet you're not the level of player, great player that they were. You don't have the fundamentals. All you can do is launch 33s a game and drive down a wide open lane. That's all you can do. Some idiot said, that's why I don't get in those groups on Facebook, but it do come up on my Facebook. He's talking about, Jordan couldn't shoot the three. He's not all that, blah blah. Because he was LeBron fan, and nobody wants to talk about the fact that Jordan couldn't shoot the three and all. I'm like, bro, Jordan even told people the three wasn't his thing because it take away from his game. But when needed, he could shoot the three, and that ain't how the game was played. Not even in the 2000s, not even in the 2010s. What are we talking about? We act like everybody was sitting out there launching 33s a game. And the fact that on two-pointers, somebody got 10 scoring titles means you have to have an overall, I can't even say the word, overall game, all-around game. You got to have an all-around game, right? And that's what Michael Jordan did. He had an all-around game. Nobody was launching 10 threes a game per person. You never seen nothing like that. Or 7 per guy. Nobody was even doing that. How can you say somebody's not good at something they wasn't doing? You wouldn't even know Michael Jordan if he was out there shooting all these threes. And nobody can explain Curry only has 2 scoring titles? In all the seasons he's been playing, 15? I'm not sure, 16? Where's all the scoring titles if he's a great scorer? He's not a great scorer. He's a great three-point shooter. He's not a great mid-range shooter or nothing like that. He's a good mid-range shooter, but he's one-dimensional. He can't drive to the basket like that and hurt you like that all the time. He's a one-dimensional character. He's a good player. And like I said, in his era, he's a good player. Yeah, so these guys are idiots. That's why LeBron gets to come back and play again and again, and because his fans are idiots. The media can talk to his fans like they're idiots, and they'll be like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot." 10 scoring titles, attempted 1.7 threes a game. And then we ask, where's all LeBron scoring titles? Since he's the greatest driver to the basket. That's what Skip says. Where's all the scoring titles? Where's all the rebound titles? Where's all the assist titles? Where are all the assist titles? So let's get into this. This JJ Reddick nonsense. Look, back in the days, especially in my era, the 80s and 90s, usually, tell me if I'm wrong, if you was to become a head coach of a team, a $1 billion team, maybe a little bit less back then, but a professional sports organization, you was going to become head coach of the team. You usually sat behind other coaches, right? you got some type of experience through some type of sitting on the bench, working for other coaches and stuff like that, getting that experience. What's going on here? Who did JJ Reddick sit behind? On what team? What staff? When was it? He's just going to jump into the NBA and coach. He jumped into play-by-play. We'll call her analyst, whatever you want to call it. I don't think he's that good. I heard people saying he was great. I don't know. He doesn't move me. Okay. This is what I'm going to say about this. For JJ Reddick to get a job on ESPN, which, let's just say the NBA or ESPN works for the NBA, basically. So ESPN puts this guy on the play-by-play, part of the play-by-play team, a guy who disses past eras, past players, And now they want this guy to be a head coach. This is what we're talking about. You could not do this back in the day. Get a job after dissing the company. The NBA is letting people like JJ Reddick and others, we all know Shannon Sharp, Nick Wright, all these people diss their own product. Who does this? Only time I've ever seen this done was Domino's Pizza in the early 2000s. They were so bad they had to start dissing their own product and be funny about it so people would come buy their pizza again. Is JJ Reddick going to have a podcast too and be a coach? I mean, this league is a joke. You let this guy work for your league after he dissed all-time greats in the past? When we can clearly see that these guys aren't moving the needle in this era? He's trying to talk for LeBron, but this is not LeBron's era. LeBron's era was in the 2010s. He failed. Got a video coming out on that. LeBron failed wherever he went. You know, we've been told the opposite, that LeBron did all this stuff wherever he went. It's been the opposite. Big time failure, too. We'll break it down. So here's what's going to happen. They can't even try to keep this under wrap and try to be respectful to Darvin Ham. Let the man step down or fire him, whatever, first, and then bring in JJ Reddick. What is he going to do? What is he going to do? What is he? What's he going to be? LeBron's friend? And like I try to tell you people before, these are not real head coaches today. When you see these guys running up and down the court, doing the same play every time up and down the court, every team. 4 guys at the 3-point line, they do the same play. This is not X's and O's. Remember, JJ Reddick said he was going to teach you X's and O's. How? Not in this era. there's no positional players playing that have positional skills of that position. They're all sitting at the 3-point line. So here's what's going to happen. If JJ Reddick gets this job in the offseason, they're going to get a big piece. They're going to get somebody to opt out. I don't know anybody's contract, but maybe it's a free agent, maybe get somebody to opt out and come to the Lakers, and they're going to have another super team. And LeBron will have another chance to win a championship. And they not only, LeBron won a championship at 40, but JJ Reddick is a genius. First year head coach, genius. Right? You don't believe that they're going to lie about that? Of course. They've already been, like I told you, right on cue. I told you, the NBA's real postseason and LeBron's postseason starts when LeBron loses in the playoffs. They don't care about the rest of the playoffs and these guys. It's about, like I said, every day they're talking about LeBron. So we have to. Every day I can't wait until tomorrow. The ESPN put up this pool. You won't even believe it. These guys, they will not stop. Won't you? This guy said he was going to enjoy his family, enjoy his wife, and stuff like that. But they keep bringing this dude up. These guys are so desperate. That's what happens when you're getting paid by a clutch. When you're getting paid by a clutch, you have to do what they say to get that paycheck. That's what happens. Need that paycheck. Wow. Well, I hope they're happy. Fans keep walking away. They're not going to come back until LeBron leaves. He's a loser. 4-6, 2 statistical titles in 21 seasons, countless meltdowns, countless choke jobs. Basically, don't have a game. His era is over a long time ago. The 2010s. He got smoked. Missed the playoffs 4 times. Swept 3 times. I can't even count how many gentleman sweeps. Flops. Pays people to talk for him. Scared to retire because Balco was coming out.